welcome back, or 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 whichever you want to say. Hello, YouTubers. Alright, so I got rid of my layer that had those hotspots on it. I'm just trying to figure out a different way to go about doing this. Like I said, it's been a while since I painted. Let's see here. I don't know. Alright, let's do some separation here real quick. Control-Shift-J will jump your selected object to a new layer, which would be this layer here. And then you go select your islands that you had before, and then you can go and Control-Shift-J, and now you have that island separate as well, and this island separate as well. So then what we'll do is we'll kind of move this island down a little bit. I don't like that. Let's move this one down a little bit so it's not the same. Alright, and then we'll take the big one and move this down a little bit. So maybe, yeah, that might work. Okay. So alright, so I'm going to keep working on my clouds, I think. So we're going to go new, and I'm going to try to take some of these colors here and add in. Let's see. Too strong, so I'm going to go like 10% because I just want to kind of add some of these colors into this, into these clouds. I'm just gonna kind of just do this, just because it's easier for me to go through and just paint this in than it is to like try to get these to blend with some sort of fancy technique or whatever. Just it's easier sometimes just to paint it. Let's see here. This one's gonna have more of a yellow kind of. So some of this more pinkish color in. And sometimes those marching ants kind of get on my nerves. Like right now, they're kind of bothering me when I have this selection. So if you hit Control H, it'll actually hide those. It's still selected, so you have to be careful when you go to try to select something else. It is still selected. So say like if I had this dark color, see it'll still kind of keep in that selection. So I don't want that. So and I try a tendency to not use like fully black either, because it just, I don't know, you can really tell when somebody uses black. I guess maybe when you're trying to pop something, or it kind of helps, but I usually try to just avoid using complete black. And then sometimes like that's 10% opacity on that, so that's still kind of too dark. So you can hit like 05 real quick and it'll turn it to 5% opacity. Sometimes that might even be a little too heavy too. I'm just trying to get some depth in these clouds, just to get some dark spots, because even though that, you know, the sun is hitting all these, there are some dark spots that kind of take place in the clouds. So so I'm just kind of throw some of these colors in here. I'm just kind of randomly putting things, or randomly putting strokes in, because I'm still kind of blocking stuff in. So I don't want to spend too much time on like details right now, because like I said, I'm still trying to block stuff. Once you can get all your blocking done, then you can go in and focus on like some of those crazy details and make it look pretty. So you just kind of find that edge on the bottom, kind of put you a dark edge on it, so that way it kind of pops it a little bit off of the canvas. And then what we'll do is we'll throw in we'll throw in a rim light on the bottom of these, just so that way that it'll do an extra like popping on them. So I'm just trying to give some depth to these clouds, which sometimes it's kind of hard to do, especially if you're new to painting, and just good thing about is I'm working on a new layer, so I can come back in here and I can delete this, or if you feel comfortable, paint over it, because that's your ultimate goal, is to try to get to where you're not using 50 bajillion layers. You want to try to get really comfortable with doing this stuff, so that way you can start collapsing your layers. Some people, when you're working in the industry, so like the game industry for instance, they like you to keep the majority of your layers, just so that way that if somebody else works on your work, they can easily manipulate your stuff, because it's in the industry, it's a team effort. It's not, you're not single, you're not by yourself. So I am currently by myself because I don't have anybody helping me develop my game that I'm currently working on. I have Brett, which is the programmer that I work with, but as an artist, I don't really have a lot of people helping me. So, but there are some people that, sorry, I should take that back. I have some people helping me out, which, like Gabe, for instance, Gabe Dill, he's one of my good buddies I used to work with. He's an animator, and he kind of helps me out in his free time if he can. But if he can't, then, I don't push him into helping me out, so I just try to get him to help me if I can. He's doing this animation mentor class, so it's a school that a lot of big known animators from the big studios like Pixar and DreamWorks and all of them, they kind of got together and they started making this school, and it's called Animation Mentor. And they actually, they'll mentor you through different class or different techniques on how to animate and do all the basic stuff like squash and stretch. And I don't know, he said that he likes it. He said he's really enjoying the class. And so, but let's see here. Kind of getting some detail going on with these. I'm trying not to do too much, but you kind of get lost with it after a while. You kind of just zone out and start painting, and it feels good to just zone out and get lost. It's been a while since I've got lost in my paintings. But as we kind of zoom out and look, it kind of looks okay so far. But it just takes time. Alright, I'll stop this video and start another one.